Hi, I'm Dr. Kyle Hancock, and today we are here with Yada Yada. I'd like to talk today about a mindset change that we believe would benefit many of us. The mindset change is called nonjudgmental stance. The idea with this is that most of us find that our mind produces judgments very quickly about many things. Quite often, we make a very rapid assessment of good or bad. Oftentimes, this works when it's outside of our mind. If we see that our tire is flat, for example, we might say, well, that's a bad scenario. And it may well be. However, by reducing judgment and instead replacing it with description, it actually empowers us to choose a different behavior that would be far more effective. When I see the flat tire, rather than it being a bad thing and having the subsequent flood of frustration, annoyance, and pity, if I instead acknowledge this is unhelpful or this is problematic, almost immediately my mind switches into problem-solving mode. How can I help? What can I do differently? How can I possibly make this better? The other benefit of adopting a non-judgmental stance is that more often than not, when we make judgments, they tend to bring with them more unpleasant feelings. If, for example, I see my neighbor and I see that he or she is doing something I don't like, calling them names, telling them that they're wrong, being unkind, usually brings with it feelings of frustration, sorrow, shame, or guilt. On the other hand, if I can describe their behavior and express my preference for it, for example, that's not the way I would choose to do it, or you and I have a different approach to doing that, it reduces the guilt, it reduces the shame. Another way this applies is to myself. Science tells us repeatedly that most of us are far more critical of ourselves than we are of other people. Science tells us that the way we talk to ourselves is often far less kind and far more mean-spirited than we would ever dare talk to anyone else. Most of the time, that's because our self-talk is filled with judgments or criticisms or derisions. One of the central problems with these judgments is they do not provide us with any information for correction or for growth. All they do is identify our perception of what is wrong or what is bad. When, however, we move to a description, it provides far more opportunities to recognize different approaches, different opportunities, or different available responses that we might find more beneficial. For example, if I say to myself after having made an error, I am so stupid, I will never get this right. That judgment statement literally stops me in my tracks and interrupts my ability to move forward, to grow, or to learn. If I can replace the statement I am stupid with, that didn't work out, or I feel disappointment, or I'm sad that that attempt didn't end the way I wanted it to, I now have another opportunity. I can adopt the mindset of, well, what's next? What else could I try? Another example would be if I find something distasteful, rather than judging it as bad, I can simply express my preference. That's not what I would like to do again. Or, I didn't enjoy that approach. I'd like to try a new one. And replacing that judgment with something as simple as a description can enable me to think outside of the box, to innovate, to create a new opportunity and a new idea. And in doing so, not only will I reduce the discomfort that accompanies judgment, I will increase the risk of improvement and I will increase the benefits of change. So the next time you find yourself making a judgment, gently, kindly, and firmly replace it in your mind with a description, and use that description to guide a new behavior and a new opportunity.